Hey guys, and welcome to the finals. The finals, Robert.
Finally.
The finals. I'm Steven.
I'm Robert.
And this is the Plugged In Tour. This is the final match of the Plugged In Tour. It's a storybook tale of one man, Sam the Slayer Salad on the left, coming up against the Titan that we knew he was, Grant Huddleston on the right.
Even he knew it.
Also known as Hollywood. If you've been following the live stream. And this is a crazy matchup. We're just going to get right into it. We'll talk specifics later on if we can. Sam installs 2 pieces on R&D and hedge funds. And then Grant is installing a Desperado. He's got 3 clicks remaining.
Desperado.
And Sam telling him, come on in, baby.
Sam is an excellent taunter.
Dirty laundry into HQ. Here
we go.
All right, so we're going to see, could be a Jinteki. Yep, there's a snare.
It's snare
that you've
time,
got to
baby.
expect. It's good to get one out of the way early. Let's see what Sam pulls here.
1.
Crypsis is great.
What? 2 Crypsis?
And
Holy smokes.
And a Gordian?
Word to the wise, if you want your hardware, install it first.
That's...
Especially when running against Jinteki.
That's insane.
Holy smokes.
I don't...
That could change the entire course of this game. Probably will.
I mean, with special orders and criminal, you might see Grant only running 2 Crypsis and maybe only 1 Gordian.
It's reasonable. Totally reasonable.
I don't know if he has deja vu or anything to recur those from the discard pile, so that is going to slow him down so tremendously. Unreal. So first action, Sam draws. Second action, he's going to install over HQ, and it looks like he gains a credit. Grant's getting 2 for cast. First action, Mr. Lee. So now he's got to dig, try to find something to get through this stuff. Second action, Lee. Man, I'll bet he's just thinking, what? Looks like he does have a Corroder in hand, so I think he's going to have to play those breakers now before he really wants to.
Yeah, it's an interesting turn of events. It depends on what kind of ice Sam is going to run here, whether there's some of those end-the-run pieces of ice or if it's just classic Jinteki types of stuff that is just going to do damage. He'll want to break it regardless, but it might not affect him too much if he just has a lot of cards in his hand. Who knows? We'll see.
It's always just tricky running against Jinteki.
Yeah.
And Sam just drawing a lot of cards here. And you'll see actually that of anyone who's probably ready to play this game, it's Grant. We have a lot of Jinteki around in Tulsa, as you guys might have seen by now. So people around here have gotten pretty used to
Look at
playing
Sam's
against it.
hand. 2 snares in there just waiting for Grant.
Second action, Katie. Third action, Katie. And last action coming up here. It's a fairy. All right, so it's a Sentry Breaker going to get you through Neural Katana there. And Sam, Sam really feeling very comfortable here, psychologically comfortable. I love it. So 15 credits with a hedge fund and a credit gain. Man, and talk about... So as we were saying, Sam kind of having this journey. We see Grant here all the time at the top table. Sam usually in like a top 8 situation, but never quite makes it to the final match. He was completely undefeated on the day coming into here. The only game that he lost was to Grant in the first round. So Grant and Sam went 2-2 in the first round. Now they meet again in the finals, both of which have only lost 1 game at this point. After, what, 5 rounds?
Yeah, 5 rounds.
And
this being the 5th.
This is it. I mean, this is what you would expect from a championship match here.
Yeah, fantastic.
Two just players who've had phenomenal days. Got to have phenomenal decks, and I have no idea how this one's going to end up. I think losing those 2 Crypsis early is crucial for Sam's chances here.
Or you mean Grant's chances?
No. Sam's chances. Grant's chances of losing are increased, yes, but...
Oh!
All right, Ronan coming in, going to trash it. Risky run there. Always a little bit scary going into a 2 advanced Jinteki field.
Another fairy, man.
Another fairy.
I mean, where are you going to put out when you don't have your Crypsis anymore?
Yeah. More on Katie. Sam's going to install. And like I said, Sam's really kind of, I've not seen him in his stride like this before. Really just playing a really good kind of lighthearted psychological game. A little bit of taunting going on, just...
if not a lot.
Yeah, totally.
He's an excellent taunter. He really stepped up his game this this tournament.
Grant, of course, unfazed. I mean, we've done this a million times at the store, so.
I mean, Grant's been to Gen Con.
Grant's a steady hand.
He knows what's up.
He's a very steady hand. Second action, Sam's going to draw, install that remote, and he's just going to gain a credit.
Nice.
So first action, Lee for Grant. And you can look at Sam's hand over there.
He's going to need more than the things he already has.
I'm going to be as annoying as possible at this game.
Fair enough.
Second action, sneak door.
That's helpful. Let's hope he doesn't hit more of those snares.
Third action, hitting the sneak door there.
Boom.
Plenty of agendas to choose from. Could also hit the snare. Hadrian's Wall.
Almost never splashed.
Beautiful splash for Sam there. That's awesome, giving Jinteki some real staying power in the late game.
Second, third, gain a credit back.
All right, so install the remote, install over the first piece of ice, then gain a credit to cancel that charge, basically.
It's a
First
connection
action,
fee.
Lee.
Connection fee.
Second action, sneak door here. And there's a Nisei. Ah,
That's the best one to find.
what if he pulls a corroder here? Yeah, R&D interface. Probably not great against Jinteki, so.
Yes.
And he trashes the Hokusai.
Trash that.
Why can't I yell like Chewbacca right now?
And I do believe Sam had a chance to res that, but opted not to. They both kind of glossed over it with the sneak door.
Okay.
But now Sam's hand is just this death trap.
Sneak door again.
Bowl trap me. That's some bowl.
And we know there's got to be a snare. Yep.
There's one.
I'll be popping a tag for the last action.
Grant losing 3. Another breaker down.
Dang.
And going to pop the tag for the last action. Andromeda has no money, no cards in hand. Grant's going to have to recover very carefully here. Going to have to take Katie, probably Lee up.
Yeah, Lee up. That's a good card to have here. He needs it badly.
I don't know how many other icebergers he really has in the deck.
It's true. There's probably one more fairy, I'd imagine.
But the trick to Grant, you know, in any deck is you got to find a way to win when it's really going poorly for you.
Mm-hmm.
So all the Lees and 3 on Katie.
Second. Third, I'm gonna draw.
Installing an upgrade, and he's going to draw yet again.
Kind of breaking one of Steven's rules, but that's okay. That's okay.
Jinteki makes it weird. They make it weird.
No, getting a pass. Woo! Lucky
Yeah,
day.
we're going to pass.
Third action, take Katie.
Third action taking Katie. Last action installing a Yogg or a Crypsis. There's the
Whoa,
last
third
Crypsis.
copy. Does the charm.
I did it. It was a 5. I had 15 on Katie.
All right, so Grant's somehow recovering here.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic. It's amazing to see good players playing games like this.
These turns are really nice and fluid, too. You can tell they've practiced and honed their techniques quite a bit.
Absolutely.
Not much thinking going on. It's just, oh, well, I know what to do here.
First action, put a counter on Crypsis.
Cripsy.
Second action, Virus.
Third action, let's go R&D.
Third action, R&D.
Nice.
To Chum.
Chum, eh?
Makes it interesting. Crypsis doesn't care too much unless there's a Hadrian's back there.
That's right.
I guess he couldn't res it, so it doesn't matter.
That's gonna be awesome, right?
Letting Chum fire. Not going to res.
Successful run, access.
You can access one card. Don't know what it is.
It was not an agenda. We know that.
We do know that.
One I can't score, but it's good for me. Wish I could score. Wish it was.
The chess match continues inside each player's head.
Absolutely. Do you run the remote or not? If it's a snare, you can't risk it. You can't risk the tag.
I'm gonna gain 6.
Nice.
Gaining 6 with Melange.
Don't lie to me. Alright, keep going now.
Man, the Melange continues to be such a fantastic card for the Corp.
Yeah, just great.
Just worth it every
I really
time.
like it out of Jinteki too, because you have to go through a death trap sometimes to get to it.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, Hadrian's.
Hadrian's coming
Hello. Hello.
in. Sam's gonna be printing money here. What a crazy Jinteki deck, by the way. Sam has to be given some serious props for this thing. I've not seen anybody run it like this.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. The problem is that I think Grant has an emergency shutdown in his hand, so he'll
Yep.
probably leverage that real quick here, if not
Yep.
now.
At least it kept him out of the melange.
That's true.
So data mine hits.
Doing it, damn it.
Looks like actually, did it hit or did it break? He looks like he broke data mine there.
Yeah, he has a Crypsis.
Yeah, so he didn't trash and take the net. Usually players will just trash and take the net damage, but Grant, important cards in hand, likely. You can't run very much against Jinteki. You got to be very careful.
There it is.
There's the shutdown.
He's been shut down.
Oh no.
And he does
And
not have
there
enough
it
to res
is.
anything. Maybe a pop-up window.
Boom.
And he trashes with a Desperado credit. You know, just amazing. Finding a way to do it.
Gain 3.
Seems like a plan.
There
Sam
you go.
gaining 3.
4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6.
And he's going to have to trash a card here.
Done. Done and done.
Lee,
Has a good celebrity gift in hand. I think we'll probably see that next turn.
I love that card. Haven't really seen it run until Sam was running it.
The gift?
Yep.
Yeah, it is definitely a key part of the Jinteki playbook these days. It has revolutionized that faction, honestly.
The gamble was sure. Sure gamble.
Celebrity gift. Hey, look at these 5 cards.
on a shadow.
I have things.
Pay 3 to gain 10.
5, 6, 7. Why do I always have these credits when things are 7?
He's going to gain 7.
For a second.
Last action.
Wait for it.
Could bluff a snare here.
To blave.
Third action. Or,
Can't install here. Yeah, it's Jackson or snare, but either one of those I don't think Grant's going to worry about.
Yeah.
First action, Lee. Probably wants to load another shutdown in case that Hadrian's comes back out.
And why wouldn't it when Sam has a decent amount of money? It's great.
Yeah,
Great
he's
piece
got
of
a
ice.
lot of money. Celebrity gift, melange. It's a very rich Jinteki deck, which is something that's just phenomenal these days. Much needed for Jinteki to be not just a spoiler, but a significant threat in the meta. Daily cast for 3. And 3 on Katie. Grant leveraging his economy well, as always. And no agendas here. Curious kind of how Sam is going to find a way to get in here. And installs for 2 and then gains 2, so neutrals out.
Run HQ.
Here we go.
Running HQ. Is he going to res?
What is that piece of ice? Have we seen? Do we know?
We have not seen it. I haven't seen it.
First action.
Desperado credit comes in. And there's the
Uh-oh.
snare.
There it is.
Stuff, I guess.
maybe not. 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Drip, insight, man. All
Excellent,
good cards,
yeah.
but that's all that Grant runs, you know.
Second action pop tag.
Second action, popping the tag.
I am going to
Maybe I
press
should
that.
quit asking people and just wait.
Sam asking if he wanted to trash the snare.
Yeah, because, I don't know, sometimes you don't want to.
You always want to.
To be honest, if I lose, at least. I mean, like, he has to resort to Mr. Lee against Jinteki. Who does this?
Last action HQ.
Here we go. Another HQ run. There's no more snares.
Last action running HQ here.
He has nothing to worry about, right? Am I right?
No res, gaining a credit.
Man, that ain't fair. Yeah, you want to trash it.
Trash and Jackson.
I'm going to draw.
Sure.
Slowly.
All right, Sam draws his card for the turn.
I will. And then I'm going to gain 3.
And he gains 3 cash. So Sam really playing a game that involves having money
Yeah.
at pretty much all times. I wonder if he's saving that HQ ice for the account siphon.
I'm curious.
It's a good question.
Probably don't remember myself.
But man, look at all those cards that have been discarded.
Yeah,
Always awesome to see what Jinteki can do.
and really decks are getting small here. Grant's deck is taking some punishment.
It's true. I mean, starting with 9 and then hitting 3 snares isn't going to help your deck size.
Running HQ here. Second action. Going to see if we get a res here. And this is the way to play Netrunner. You don't always res your ice. I think a lot of players kind of get into that trap of always rezzing whenever they have the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta wait until it really suits your purposes.
Third action, Lee.
Third action, Lee.
Last action, Katie.
And Grant really just making work of those connections. Katie, Mr. Lee.
He's Hollywood.
And looks like we got some agendas
Very
now
popular.
in play in Sam's hand.
At long last. Fetal. Anything else?
Yeah, he's going to gain 3.
First action, Lee.
First action for Grant, going to Lee it up.
I did. I'm well aware of this by now.
And that fetal is looking good in Sam's hand. I think he is probably going to get that one down pretty soon. And that could cause some damage.
Yeah, he has a good setup now psychologically to play it and maybe even score it. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, Grant will run in there. He'll break the haters, but he's got to spend so much cash to do it. And then 2 more for fetal. And Kuroda's going to help there. Kuroda's going to help immensely.
What's coming up?
R&D, Chum fires.
He's thinking about it.
I mean, I don't even care at this point. I mean, I gotta get this.
Nice.
It's a Grim.
5. I take a bad pub.
Takes a bad pub. And
Alright, so
So it
it's
is
a
a
7.
7 strength Grim.
Pay 5.
7 strength Grim.
8. Good old way. Or 8.
That is.
And it's going to cost a lot for Fairy to get through there.
Boom, you ready?
Get a credit.
And that's going to be a really good setup, actually, for the rest of the game. Grant's not going to be able to keep that one up. That's a lot of credits to get into R&D.
Yeah, it's true. Uh-oh. Nothing helpful.
All right, back over to Sam.
Did.
Alright, first of all, I'm gonna gain a cred and think about something.
Gains a credit.
Think about it. I'm gonna gain 2 more.
He's going to gain 2 more.
4, 5, 6, 6.
So just gaining credits. Could be waiting for Grant to just deck himself out here. Sometimes Jinteki can actually do that. I've seen it, especially now that R&D is so hard to get into. There's really no rush.
I very well might.
Not physically. But I do hope he does. But you know what I mean? So
Grant considering his second action here.
that, like,
Has a dirty laundry. Probably going to look at HQ.
so.
And yeah, having to really consider.
Yeah.
Going Lee again. He
some
didn't
tough
quite pull the
choices.
trigger.
And, oh,
Dirty laundry R&D.
here we go. R&D again. Nice.
So
Dirty laundry R&D.
He's committed.
Chum fires.
If I hit 7, so it costs you 8. 7.
7 on token.
Yeah, 7.
And it costs 7 and a token for Crypsis to get through there.
Access.
Gains 1 for Desperado. Scores a false lead. Not the worst thing in the world.
It's good. Better than
Decoy
not
out of there.
scoring it. That's for sure. And he got money for doing it.
5 for Dirty Laundry.
And last action.
And Sam finds himself in a tough position here.
Alright, go for my turn?
Last action 3 on Katie. Get that started up again. And now we have
Gain 3.
more credit gain. Just gaining 3. And right now the tempo actually is okay. It's working in Sam's favor. You gotta wonder if he can outlast this onslaught. First action Lee. Can you imagine if Mr. Lee discarded it instead of put on the bottom? Woo!
No one would run it.
It'd have to cost 0. Might see some Anarchs run that. A little deja vu. Little retrieval run.
Third action interface.
Third action R&D interface. Alright, so Grant gonna speed the game up
Nice.
here.
Action R&D.
Now that the snares are out of the way.
Fourth action run in R&D.
Access 2.
And checking a fairy for it. Gonna access 2 cards here.
Trash.
Trash and Jackson. And already Grant now finds himself at a low point. This could be a window here for Sam to score an agenda. I don't know if Grant's going to want to spend all of that cash. I think by the time he gets through that server, he might not have 2 to pay for Fetal.
Second turn.
Yep, install advance twice.
Very nice.
There it is. Leaving the Hadrian's threat open. Don't even know if he'll use it. And Grant's going to have to really consider here. What is that, a June bug? Is that a fetal? Is that a Nisei? Is it a Ronin? Is it a priority wreck?
Just keep your hand full, Grant.
Is it a cerebral? I mean, if it's a cerebral, this game, you can't afford to take a cerebral here. You just can't do it. And Grant's got money to res a cerebral and a Hadrian's. Could be a tough situation. Now, we know, of course, that's a fetal.
But Grant doesn't know that we know.
Makes it easier for us.
Credit. Counter Katie.
Credit, counter Candy. So he's passing it over. Gonna give an option here to score it out.
Fetal.
Wasn't worth it. Compromise at this point, not mattering too much.
Yeah.
So there's another score for Sam. That's a great score for him. That makes install advance twice even scarier in case he is running those 3-point agendas. Grant heading into HQ here. Looks like. Not going. First was Mr. Lee.
Here we go.
Second, also Lee. Grant loves Mr. Lee more than anyone I've ever seen. Third is R&D. He's got a pace 7. It's amazing how hard it is to get an R&D. That is a beautiful little combo. Scores a brain trust.
Excellent.
Putting him at 5 points, I believe. Grabs the hostage, which again is not worth much. And last action, 3 on Katie.
We'll go for a second.
Celebrity gift.
Fetal, an EMP, a katana, a shadow, and a chum.
Fetal, 3 ice, an EMP. And that is definitely worth 7 credits.
Worth noting that while this game was being broadcast live, there was a lot of discussion about the inability for players to take notes in this game. So with cards like Celebrity Gift, it's like, oh man, I can't write down or note in any way what I actually saw.
And R&D now dreadfully expensive to get into. I'm absolutely loving this from Sam. I think this is a beautiful server he's created. Sneak door. He's gonna try to pull that fetal. Taking 1 for Dynamite. This is risky here. If he hits that fetal, he loses 3 net damage, and then we have neural EMPs. That's a risky access there. And then again, it is the game winner, so I can't lose track of that. That is fairly important. One thing that I was overlooking completely there. All right, so Sam going to leverage himself against that.
Third draw card. Ooh, baby, man. You know what I'm saying, dude?
All right, first action Lee for Grant. That deck is getting small. Got an inside job here. I love that R&D server so much. I cannot tell you how much I love it. Words don't do it justice. This is worth noting. Chum and the Grim is fantastic.
It's good. It's great. It's very expensive, without doubt.
Alright, man, we got.
And checking HQ the hard way. And Sam going to surprise. Oh, man.
Nice.
Talk about a surprise. Yeah.
No one runs Flare.
There's a flare.
This is great.
7 or 6 actually. So it's either way 6.
Trey 6, so it's going to cost you 6 either way. 7 with Crispy.
I mean, either way, you gotta pay 6.
I'll
We'll pay
pay
5 actually.
4.
Trey 6.
Link, bad pub, and 4.
Paying 4 because of the bad pub and the link.
Nope. Yep.
And back over to Sam.
Oh, Flare.
Man, just making it out of there just barely.
We'll gain 3 credits. 1, 2, 3, boom.
Gaining 3 credits, and he's got more agendas in hand now. Has a Nisei and a Fetal. 2 neural EMPs. I don't think he's going to be able to catch Grant with those neurals at this point.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it.
Sneak door. We'll see if there's any fancy ice over here. Shadow.
Nice.
Is that worth a counter? I don't think it's worth a counter.
I knew it was there.
A little bit of a reveal for Sam there.
All right, Sam's gonna get 2 here,
And trace me.
and trace for the tag. And I believe that's just gonna say a trace 3 here.
We will send it to.
Oh, wow. Boosting.
Trace 3.
Yeah, we'll send it to.
Just in 4
Oh,
then.
4. Yeah, we'll send it.
Send it to 4, yeah. And he's paying 2 to get in.
Yeah.
And we'll see the next piece here.
Here it comes.
Neuro
Nice.
Katana.
Classic.
Pay 4. On the countdown.
It's gonna cost him 4 and a counter to get in. He's got another shot at this.
You got this right now. Grab it.
Hold your breath. What? Here it is.
There we go.
Boom.
And there it
Game.
is.
Damn, you got it.
For the Nisei.
All right, so there you go. Great first match. We're going to go to the next game. This is going to be intense. Sam has scored 4 points. It could actually matter at some point down the road. Stick with us. We're going on to game 2. We'll see if Sam can do it.
That's right.